Hatha yoga teaches us to use the body as the bow, asana as the arrow, and the soul the target. BKS Iyengar. Welcome to Soul Peace Yoga. I am Stacy. Thank you for joining me today. Today's practice, we're going to focus on getting strong, centered, and aligned. And we call this Hatha yoga. Hatha yoga is a little bit more energizing. We're going to be standing up on our feet for most of the session. You will need cedarwood essential oil. It's a grounding oil. We are going to start standing. You are also going to need a couple yoga blocks. All right, let's go ahead and get started so you can get strong, centered, and aligned. So please remember to use a couple drops of carrier oil with your cedarwood essential oil always to avoid any sensitivities. You're going to take a couple drops and just rub your hands together, and we're going to come to the top of your mat. Standing strong in Tadasana, mountain pose. Your arms are out to the side, your palms are open, your feet are grounded into the earth. You're using the 3 points of contact on the bottom of your feet, legs engaged, arms out to the side. Take a breath, inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Hands together, exhale down to your heart. Open up your hands in front of your face. Keep your eyes closed. And let's take a moment to breathe. Let's take a moment here to set your intention for today's practice. Bring your hands together and out in front of you, keeping your fingertips connected. So your arms are going to be in a triangle. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see how I have my hand positioning. And let's continue with that intention. Breathing with intention, standing with intention, being with intention. Right leg back, warrior one. Holding for 5 breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Bring the back leg forward, arms to your side. Inhale up. Exhale down to your heart. Left leg back, warrior one. Reach your arms up to the sky. And only go down how low you can go. All of us have different levels of flexibility. So just take your leg as far back as you can, and you can always work on your foot placement. Five full complete breaths. Bring the back leg forward, arms to your side. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Hands together. Exhale down to your heart. 5-point star. Opening up, your feet are going to face forward. Let's just take a moment here and stand and really feel this pose. We have a micro bend in the knees, a micro bend in the elbows. Externally rotate your left foot, sink down into warrior two. Your chin is going to follow the middle finger of your front arm. Spreading open as wide as you can with the shoulders. Bring your back hand to the back leg. Look up to the sky. Feel the goodness of this pose. Strength. The length. Coming back from exalted warrior, opening the arms back up, tick-tock your feet back to the front, other side. Inhale, exhale down, warrior two, chin over the middle finger. Back hand to the back leg, reach up to the sky. And bring your arms back, tick-tock back to the front. Inhale up, hands together, exhale down to your heart. Beautiful. Place your hands onto your hips and walk your feet in. You're gonna tick-tock your feet in. All right, coming to standing. Beautiful job. Now you're gonna need your yoga blocks, right? For right now, you're just gonna need one. So just place it in the center in front of you. And you're gonna stand wide, and we're gonna go to wide-legged forward fold. Hands are on the hips, and I like to place the hands on the hips as you forward fold, just to make sure you're hinging from the hips. So let's come down, inhale, exhale down, forward fold. Place your hands onto your blocks, or I should say block. So you can have your block tall, you can have it halfway, or you can also have no block. So let me just turn sideways so you can see my positioning. So if you're gonna do no blocks, you would do 2 fists into the earth, which is right about here. Now I'm going to choose for myself to use the block for the condition of my body today. So, and don't forget your body is different all the time, okay? So you can always adjust where your block is, or if you don't need a block. So you have 2 strong fists into the earth or the block, or hands on the block, whatever you choose. Pulling the navel in, you're gonna reach the left arm up to the sky. Open up that chest. Get long in the torso. Let's take 5 breaths here. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Let's do a couple side lunges. All right, moving on to the other side. Strong 2 fists. Arms are straight, but elbows are not locked. Also, no lock in the knees, a nice little micro bend, and reach the arm up to the sky. Coming back to center, 2 strong fists into the block or the earth, side to side with the legs. And now you're just gonna allow your upper body to just fall, however and wherever. Just letting the head hang, the spine hang. You can loop your arms underneath your leg. Take the time to breathe. Carefully walk yourself back up. Hands back onto the blocks. And to get out of this wide-legged forward fold safely, I like to place my hands onto the hips and come up just as a reminder to use a hip hinge. Coming back to center, walk your feet in. Arms out to the side. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Hands together, exhale down to your heart. All right, moving on to tree pose. All right, so let me take you through the different levels of tree pose. Level 1, you have your foot above your ankle bone. Level 2, your foot is in between your ankle and knee. And level 3, you're going to take your foot in between the knee and the hip. If you're feeling stable in your tree pose, you can grow your beautiful tree. And carefully bring the hands back down in front of your heart and bring the foot down. All right, so you're going to take your foot above your ankle, hands in front of your heart, in Anjali Mudra. Level 1. Level 2, you can place your foot in between your ankle and your knee. Level 3, you can place your foot in between the knee and the hip, hands in front of your heart. And let me show you a little option. If you're having a little trouble with the balance, you can go ahead and use a wall. And you can place your, same idea as far as the form. The leg that's on the ground is going to be against the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and use this for with my arms up. Using the wall not to lean my weight, but just to apply a little bit of support for my balance. just my fingertips. All right, beautiful. Coming back to center, hands back in front of your heart. Beautiful. Coming to the top of your mat, let's move the block out of the way for the moment. Arms out to the side, mountain pose. Inhale up, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale up, half forward fold. Exhale down, forward fold. Strong hands onto the earth, legs back to plank. Chaturanga, coming down, elbows sliding by your ribs, reaching up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Shift your weight back to plank. Place your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Reach your arms up to the sky into a low lunge. Bring your hands back down onto the earth, leg back into plank. Shift your weight to down dog. Shift your weight to plank. Left foot on the outside of the left hand. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands back down onto the earth. Bring your leg back to plank. Shift to down dog. Gently come down to your knees and sit back into child's pose. Take a moment's break. You can stack your hands on top of each other, fists on top of each other to support your head. You can also use a block underneath your forehead. Whatever feels good for you. And let's just take a moment to breathe here, catch our breath. Gently prop yourself back up to all fours. All right, you can put your block to the side. Extend your right arm and your left leg. We're going to hold. We're going to breathe in and out. Five breaths. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Moving on to the other side, extending the left arm and the right leg. You can point the hand, point the foot. Breathe. 5 breaths. Beautiful. Bring it down. And just moving freely side to side and really getting a nice stretch in the low back and the hips here as you go to the side. All right. Coming back to center. From here, we're going to lift up to down dog. And don't forget, you can also use your blocks for down dog. So let me just show you how that's done. You're going to take your blocks, place them in front of you where your hands go. And this is going to help you bring the floor a little closer so you can actually feel the benefit of the pose a little bit better if it's straining your shoulders, because you don't want to feel any strain in the shoulders when you do down dog. Inhale, exhale up. Most of your weight is actually in the hips. Knees are slightly bent, navel in. You're pushing away from the earth to create a nice long line from your hands to your hips. This is helping to create traction in the torso, the spine. Helping you with alignment. Beautiful. Gently come down to your knees. Sit back into child's pose. Take a moment. Bring your arms completely by your side into full fetal position. Carefully coming out of child's pose. Remove your blocks and you're going to lay all the way down onto your tummy. Fold up your arms and rest your head. Take a moment. Breathe and relax. Beautiful. Slowly roll over onto your back. Hug both legs into the body and rock yourself side to side. Beautiful job. All right. Preparing for anti-gravity pose. Reaching your arms and legs up to the sky. A nice little bend in the knees and the elbows. Arms are light, legs are light. Everything is light. Carefully wiggle your fingers and your toes and hug both legs into the body and rock yourself side to side. Beautiful. Time for a little Savasana. So you can grab your blocks, place your blocks underneath your feet. And you can also use a bolster or a pillow if you don't have blocks or a bolster. Place the blocks underneath your feet. Extend your legs all the way out. Arms down by your side with your palms open. And for a little Shavasana. As you carefully begin to awaken your body, wiggle your fingers and your toes and carefully roll to your side and come to a comfortable seated position facing you. Arms out to the side. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Hands together, exhale down to your heart. It is truly an honor and a joy to guide you in your yoga. Thank you for sharing your beautiful piece. Namaste.